Hey guys, Tomboy61, and today we're taking a look at the Azuma. Now, of course, during this update, Azuma got added for GXP, 750,000 global XP, that green experience, and you yourself could own the Azuma if you didn't pick her up like me when we had the campaign. I did the campaign for her, and then I saw how many people hated her, and I just never took her out, and it actually turns out I wish the footage got kept, but I literally had to buy and equip this ship because I had never taken it out because of I had heard just how bad this ship is, and I'm here to tell you it's not terrible. It's fine, but it does get hurt like that where we just lost half our health to the Alabama because you got 27 millimeters of plating pretty much everywhere. You do have an icebreaker type bow, so you do have 32 millimeters on the lower section, but as a baseline, pretty much whole ship coated in 27 millimeter armor, which means 16-inch guns at tier 7, which is what you'll be coming up a lot against, will penetrate like it did just there and hit our citadel. So if you don't understand, Azuma kind of the idea of it is it's kind of like a Japanese battle cruiser, has fairly large guns for a cruiser, at least 12-inch guns, and slow firing, kind of almost battleship caliber guns, and it's supposed to kind of duke it out in the back. Pretty good fire starting chance on it, but I hope you're seeing how long this reload is. Yeah, it's a long reload, so you have to play very strategically here with Alabama. Anyways, we're on estuary. We spawned over on the left-hand side, and we need to take cover because we cannot, as we saw, to be seen is to die. As we took half our health in that opening salvo away from us. But we find this nice little slot right here. We're going to go ahead keep our HE loaded because we do have pretty good fire starting chances on this ship. So we're going to go ahead and use the ship. Commander we are rocking is Yamamoto. I'll go ahead and throw up the build on the screen right now. But overall, just know you don't really, I don't know. Like I said, it's an okay ship. Anyways, Alabama has lost a significant portion of his hit points. We're going to kind of try to kite away here. Not that Azuma is particularly maneuverable, but that Cleveland has very much kind of claimed that rock, and we need to make sure we are separating ourselves from our teammates because it does not help if the ships can kind of stack themselves away for us. So we have somewhat decent concealment at 10.4 kilometers. We have decent enough that the Alabama, we can kind of sneak away, pick our shot moment, fire, and then wait for us to drop radar before we make our turn once again. Alabama was almost was almost gone there, but it looks like he's healing it back. We did get a decent hit there with the AP. AP is, it's not a highlight of the ship, but it definitely is a nice point because you have such slow firing guns. Wargaming has balanced it as such that the AP can absolutely hit. But the thing that kills you in the ship is just how long it takes for these guns to fire and cycle, because it is just that slow. Anyways, we get a nice double fire on the Alabama there. I think he's recently damage con, so those should be perma-fires, and we should hopefully be able to knock him off now. So with that, we're going to go ahead and switch our fire over to Gneisenau because Alabama goes down. Sadly, we don't get the credit on the kill there. I wish we had gotten the tick just in time, but we haven't. Gneisenau just at the edge of our range, and as we've been kind of running away to make ourselves the least appealing target, as you kind of have to do in Azuma, we get another double fire on the Gneisenau. I don't think he is going to put it out, so we're going to get a good, or no, he goes in and puts it out. Okay, so now our goal, try to hit him again, because we've gotten a lot. And then, did you see what was in the water right there? Because I just saw some torpedoes, so we are now in imminent danger because, well, one thing's for sure, slow firing guns on a cruiser do not make a good destroyer hunter, but Z-23 pops up there, so he is a lot further away than I was anticipating. When I first saw those torpedoes, like, oh, he must be somewhat close, but it looks like Z-23 is just at the edge of our concealment range, and he's starting to be picked up by our destroyer. Z-23 goes ahead, pop smoke. We're going to keep an eye on him just because if we can go ahead, I don't think we have the shot on him here, but if he decides to be someone who wants to hide in his smoke, we do have sonar, so we can go ahead and push, try to help out our destroyer, and if we can do that, hopefully take out the Z-23 and eliminate the only destroyer on the enemy team, thereby giving ourselves a little bit of an advantage when it comes to this match, just because one of the most valuable ships on their side is eliminated. You know, taking out was essentially the free set of eyes that they have. We can see the Z-29, the German destroyer, is firing his guns in the smoke still, so he is very happily still in the smoke. Also, Gneisenau, as we come around this corner, he is outside of our detection radius, so assuming we know that destroyer now because we fired, he is within the line of sight on that island, because I don't think Gneisenau would have been able to spot us, though he might be. But we go ahead, pop that sonar, and now we are pushing in, hoping that the destroyer is kind of barreled down, is distracted by the ships that are kind of broadside to him, because he's going to go ahead and try to pick up the damage when he can, and I do not blame him at all for that. But as we're pushing in, we can see his smoke is dissipating. We know he was here recently, and we should be well within range of him relatively soon, and there we are. He pops up. Teammates go ahead, fire in. We go ahead, put our shots out onto him, and boom, it hits, and we go ahead and knock out and completely destroy one of his torpedo launchers, meaning I think he will only have one other torpedo launcher or rack left, and there are said torpedoes. So if we can avoid these, dodge these, we'll be in good shape. We turn in, hit full brakes. I think we're going to eat one torp. We end up thankfully we do have the damage control party down to just a little bit of our health, and we're about to lose our sonar because the sonar is keeping him lit behind that island. Hopefully he'll pop out for us just so that we can get that last shot. Doesn't look like he will, but we know he's still in the area, and we know he has a substantial reload ahead of him. The one downside is he is now using his radar or his sonar to spot us, and we've now dropped outside of that guaranteed range on him, which means he's probably at about the 4-kilometer mark. But his concealment should be around 5-ish. There he is, and we go ahead, finish him off right there. Beautiful. We're now out on the flank, and this is exactly where we want to be. We're not exactly the most obvious ship to shoot at, and more importantly, we are at range, which is what we want to be. Gneisenau with just a little bit of health left. We'll go ahead, reach out, and sadly, while the marker said we could fire, turns out there was in fact an island in the way. Whoops! Our bad right there. Front guns get loaded. We go ahead and fire out on Gneisenau. Teammates starting to take a little bit of hurt, but we kind of need them to take the heat for us, because we cannot take much more in terms of damage. Zara now popping up, looking like he's making the charge on Gneisenau. Gneisenau doesn't have much health left on our team. Zara, yep, there are his torps. We're going to try to support him here and kind of get ready to flip over to AP if it looks like it will be advantageous for us, because it looks like Zara has started to kind of be more sailing broadside. So we flip on over to AP. Sadly, we're not able to get that last shot off, but Colorado is now also looking at us. But thankfully, because we've taken so long on to flip over, Zara dropped spot on us because of his smoke, and now we're able to turn out and turn around and try to get this island between ourselves and that Colorado. Looks like, yep, Udachi ends up taking down Zara, which means now we need to focus on this Colorado. Good thing about Colorado, relatively weak armor in its upper parts, just because it's that all-in-one sort of American armor scheme where the superstructure of American battleships, while it is massive, it also tends to be somewhat thinly armored and, more importantly, filled with hit points for us to hit. Bad news, Colorado 16-inch guns, which means this could hurt. We do take a little bit of pen damage there, and we now just need to keep this island between us and him. Hopefully Zara's plane will go down relatively soon, and we get a beautiful hit on the Colorado Citadel right there, making him think twice about being full broadside to what I'm sure he assumed is a terrible cruiser. And that is like the golden moments when when you have broadsides of ships, Azuma can absolutely be there. Sadly, it doesn't have really the speed nor the maneuverability to get out onto those flanks when you need it to. So it is very much a I don't know. Like I said, it's fine. This ship is fine, and that's the way I sort of think about it. Anyways, we have our next salvo out on Colorado. Couple of shells go short. He's starting to hit some damage over time, but we're sailing away because we also need to kind of be looking at the map, and we can see enemy is also starting to capture or will be capturing our base if they are able to eliminate our friendly up there. So we do kind of need to keep an eye on that. If we can finish this Colorado off, we can finish them off and then kind of start to play mid to try to help and win this game, as it is a 4-on-3. Take that back, it's a 3-on-3, and that enemy is now alone up near our base, so we really need to be defending him. We go right out of our maximum range from the Colorado, and we're going to start cutting in close. We've very much used the full extent of this side of the map here for this game. We've kind of been all over, but it's kind of what you have to do in Azuma, because the range is kind of what keeps you somewhat safe, assuming your targets can't hit you. We kind of say, hey, we need to be able to see what's out there, kind of ask our destroyer. I know you really want to be able to go and see the, to be able to cap, but there is a mines over there that has now just popped up. We go ahead and fire a HE, and then I think we're going to flip over to AP because he is somewhat broadside. Mines not exactly known for its armor scheme, so if we can go ahead and take out this mines, we will set our team up for victory. Just about 13 seconds left until we can hit the fire button again, kind of check over, see our teammate is also starting to be able to duel our friend Udachi. Not much health left, and neither does that Colorado. That Colorado could be sneezed on and be taken out. We kind of go, okay, well, if we can eliminate Colorado, that will better the chance for our team. But he's just outside of range. It looks like our teammate has fired his gun, attempting to get that last bit of damage on the Colorado. And we can see what the last other ship is. It's a Gneisenau. Mines pushing in to our base, or at least looking like he's going to try to push into our base to help eliminate and capture our base. But he is broadside to us. Beautiful salvo there, and we leave him with what is that? 50 health. 50 health. Like so close, so close. And of course, he's able to return in kind a couple of salvos of HE with that beautiful German quarter pen, which does mean we take a little bit of damage here and there. And it's not like we have much health we can spare. And now we are just kind of waiting on mines to make the turn. We're going to have to also make the turn and try to help out with taking out this Gneisenau. We're just going to kind of try to make this turn, get ready so that maybe our rear gun is able to engage mines. But then we see Colorado is also in range, and we have this beautiful opening in which to engage Colorado. So we line up the shot with our rear gun, send it, and then flip and try to get ready for mines in case he decides to come around the corner. But he looks like he's starting to kind of stay put, but we do end up knocking out the Colorado. Now we're keeping an eye on the mines. He's not looking like he's pushing, but we do look like we're going to have a beautiful broadside shot on this Gneisenau. So let's go ahead and prep the guns for the Gneisenau shot. And here we go. Full salvo out on Gneisenau. If we can wipe him, hopefully mines won't be pushing. But as we let it out, we see mines decides to make his push. Shots out, but he goes down to the fire, sadly. And mines, we are his one and only target, and it doesn't take much else to take us down. One salvo down takes the majority of our remaining health. We're trying to get behind the island, and he takes us down. And that's our match in Azuma. Like I said, it's an okay ship. It's a fine ship. If I didn't have it, it would be at the very bottom of my ships to obtain via GXP. But it is an option. If you don't have anything else to spend your GXP on, give it a go, but you probably won't like it. Guys, that's the game. Luckily, we end up going out and on top, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.